start till 8:30. But does that matter? No, it doesn't matter at all. Let y'all come in. We got the soup. She's got dog food in her ear. She's been having an eating good time. Do we need to do your ears this morning? Hello, Sue. We need to get the dog food out of her ears. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? No, turn your head. You can't look at me while I'm doing this crazy, girl. There you go. Shake. What's up, y'all? Y'all coming in? Had to get co-host. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? We're about to get started in a couple minutes. All right. Welcome everybody. How you doing? Hopefully today we won't be restricted by TikTok because that's been the game, and that ain't how we play. It's Master Christian. We're gonna get started. A few more people coming in. Show's not supposed to start till 8:30, so we got a couple minutes. If you got any questions before we start about what's going on with your life with your dog, your life with your cat, whatever you got, go ahead and put them in the comments right now. So before I get started with today's show, I'll be able to answer any questions you got, anything that you need to know. Good morning. And it's a great morning to you. Not even morning. Great day to you, because we're not mourning about nothing. This is about life. This is about living. This is about empowerment, about getting the information you need. It's more people in the United States, at least, with dogs or cats in their house than not. Okay, so we're being live restricted again, but I gotta keep it moving. I can't let that stop me. They said they were gonna fix it. If you can get in, get in. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, it's a lot of people joining. I don't know what's going on with the restriction. Me and TikTok been talking back and forth about it, but who cares? We still gonna get this content. I'm gonna give you this information to help you with your daily life, with your animals, and just for you. Because these topics I'm talking about aren't just for you and your dog. They're to fix you, so you, your dog, your cat, your bat, your rat, your whatever you got can be better. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Controlled, episode 18, presented by Master Christian LLC. Our featured book is My New Puppy, and today's show is called Discipline. That's what we're working on here. That's what everybody needs, a little discipline. You know, you could eat all the cake, but you need to have a little discipline and not eat all the cake. Because if you eat all the cake gonna show that you ate it. Anyway, let's get it. Welcome to Control. I am Master Christian. If you didn't know, I am Master Christian. That's my tag. That's who I am. That's how you get to me. On all socials, go for I am Master Christian. Many people, dog hair, many people believe success comes from talent, intelligence, luck, or opportunity. While those things may help, none of those things can replace discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like doing it or not. Let's talk about this discipline thing. It's the ability, let's see what it says. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, whether you like it or not. And you ain't gotta like everything, but some things have to be done and they have to be done now. They have to be done effectively. They have to be done efficiently. And that takes discipline. You can't be all over the place if you're trying to get the job done. If you want to be great, it takes discipline. This show every day, this is discipline. I come to you to help you. I give you topics that's going to help your life in general. And you can aim it at the animals you got, but you can aim it at yourself and all the others around you. We're talking about discipline, right? Let me introduce you to my co-host, the Spaniel right here, King Charles Cavalier Spaniel, Susie Spaniel. Hey, Susie Spaniel, say hello. All right, so we're going to move on. The truth is simple. Motivation fades. Discipline remains. Today we will discuss how discipline shapes every aspect of life and why disciplined leadership creates better outcomes with both people and animals. So let's read that again because it was a little choppy. And I'm not perfect. I just got some discipline. I make some mistakes. But we're going to go over here and we're going to appeal. We're going to appeal this thing right here on TikTok because that's what we do. We just go ahead and appeal. You guys just keep coming in. They're going to get it fixed. They told me 24 hours, so hopefully they have it fixed by today. But the truth is simple. Motivation fades, discipline remains. Today we will discuss how discipline shapes every aspect of life and why disciplined leadership creates better outcomes with both people and animals. Disciplined leadership. We keep getting back to these hierarchies of things. And when you want to be a disciplined leader, that means you got to do things in a certain way so you can be a disciplined leader. And the first thing first, if whatever you're doing requires tools, you learn how to use the tools the way they were meant to be used. You become an expert on the use of the tools that you're using to get the job done. It takes a lot of discipline for me every time I reach for this leash to use it correctly because I could be haphazard. But I know from years of experience that appeal is not approved. I know from years of experience that when you stay disciplined and use the equipment correctly, less mistakes are made. Normally, no mistakes are made because when I'm using this right, there's no way the dog is going to get away from me unless I allow it to. And if I still got this hand on, I still got the dog, I can come back and get this hand. And that's discipline. That's technique. Hey, we got something here. So you got to use what you got. If somebody taught you something, use it. I didn't just come up with this. Somebody taught me how to use this leash. Now, at first, I wasn't real good at it. I couldn't work it the way I'm working it right now. I couldn't work it. Now, because I practiced and practiced and practiced, and I have discipline, and every time I pick the leash up, I do it the way it's supposed to be done. There you have it. Success. And that's all I'm working with. I need success on the things I do so I can translate that success to everything else. That's what I'm saying. You see how it magically gets where I need it to go? I can take it around. Like I said, y'all practice this in the house. That's discipline. Practicing so you get better, so you can be successful at what you do is how discipline works. And yeah, y'all see I got this because this is my leash. And just like anything else, we have an intimate relationship. We keep it moving. So let's get into this. Discipline starts with what? It starts with you. Yeah, you. Starts with you, me, the person that needs to be disciplined. Before leading others, you must lead yourself. Yeah, that's the truth. Animals respond to actions more than words. If you are inconsistent, emotional, distracted, unprepared, your animal will often reflect those same qualities. Leadership begins with personal discipline. Your schedule, your habits, attitude, and consistency all influence the environment around you. Y'all get that? Discipline begins with leadership begins with personal discipline. How you gonna lead if you're not disciplined? You expect everybody else to get it, but you not disciplined, you're not giving them the information right, you're not a good leader, you're not checking in on them, you're not doing your paperwork, you're not doing whatever it takes to get the job done. We got to get the job done. So we got to have discipline. We get to be leaders. That's where leadership comes from. The difference between motivation and discipline. It's a difference. You can be super motivated, but that doesn't mean that you're disciplined. That's just motivation. Let's get it. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is sustainable. Once again, motivation is temporary. Discipline is sustainable. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. So you got a race that you're running, and you're motivated to run that race. So when you get that pow, it's gone. You gone. But the only way you keep running that race, you already was motivated to start. You have to be disciplined to finish. With your animals, you get up in the morning, that's motivation. You get up early and get to taking care of them, that's motivation. But to go through the steps of your plan, your schedule, that takes discipline, not motivation. Getting up and going to handle that is the motivation. The discipline is having a plan and follow through with the plan every single day. Because, hey, watcher, come on back. Yeah, I see you looking over there. To keep up with this, it takes discipline. That's what it takes. All right. People who achieve long-term success are usually not the most motivated, they are the most disciplined. They continue showing up long after excitement disappears. So, things can be real exciting out here, but that's not discipline, that's motivation. When the excitement is gone, when there's nothing else left, what do you have? You got to have your discipline. You got to be able to follow through every time, no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on. It's discipline that's going to get you to the goal. It's going to make the success of what you're doing happen. All right. Anybody got any questions? Put your questions in the comments. We'll get to your questions. I know where we're at right now, so we got time to handle it. Predictability creates confidence. Discipline creates predictability. You got that? Predictability creates confidence. Animals thrive when expectations are clear. People thrive when expectations are clear. When rules when rules constantly change, confusion grows. When expectations remain consistent, trust grows. Discipline creates an environment where learning becomes possible. Got that? Discipline forms your environment. That's where learning becomes possible. And that's what you want. You want learning to be part of what you got. So we're going to move on. Discipline is not punishment. Nope, it's not. Many people confuse discipline with punishment. Discipline is teaching. Punishment is reacting. The purpose of discipline is growth. The purpose of punishment is often immediate correction. Great leaders focus on teaching lessons that create lasting improvement. Great leaders focus on teaching lessons that create lasting improvement. Hey, you want to be a great leader? You can't just punish. You got to teach. If you're just punishing, then you're creating fear. And that's not how we learn. That's how we become afraid, by constant punishment. Some people think that that's the only way to go. They think they're teaching a lesson by punishment. No, you're teaching a lesson by making achievable goals and stimulating people or animals with positive energy. That's how this works, not fear. Fear only makes you afraid. And we don't want to teach with fear, because that's not real teaching. Because soon as whatever you're teaching is away from you, they're going to do what they do. But when you teach with positive energy and you show them how to do it, you show them what you like, you praise for when you get the positive results, you can find a place where success is. That's how this works. Discipline, daily disciplines that change lives. Wake up on time. Follow your schedule. Honor your commitments. Exercise regularly. Train constantly. No, train consistently. Control your emotions. Finish what you start. How many things y'all got that are started but undone? Been sitting there waiting. How many things? You wake up on time. I wake up without an alarm clock. That's just me. My biological clock knows that I got to get up. Now, when I got things to do that are special, I do set an alarm. I hate it, but it is what it is. I follow the schedule. The schedule states that I have to do A to get to B to get to C every day, because I have animals that need me. My animals, your animals, this animal. Hey, baby. Honor your commitments. If you said you're going to do something, if it's a commitment, you need to do it. That's what this is about. Honor your commitments. Exercise regularly. If you don't, you start to get sore and achy and stiff and crampy. If you exercise everything, you're exercising your mind as well and your body. You get it done. Then you can take, you're not watching the show, then you can take your animals and exercise them as well. Train consistently. Train consistently. That's what you want to do with your animals. Just don't do it one day and say, okay, they got it. When they get it, you stop. Then come back later and do it again. You don't want to overtrain. You want to train so you know that they understood what you were trying to relate to them. Then you stop. Then you come back later and do it again. This is how training works. Training can't be over and over and over and over and over and over. Now we being Marshawn Lynch running through somebody's face. That's not how training works. Training is, we're teaching, we got to make sure the information is being taken, and then we get a break so they can disseminate that information. They can understand what's going on. Then you start again at a later time. That's how this works. If you're working it the rough way, you're not going to get the results that you want to get with what I'm telling you how to do. I didn't start this off knowing everything, and I still don't know everything. But the one thing I do know is consistency and discipline are going to get you far in this life. For real. That's just how it works. All right. Discipline and animal behavior. First, we're going to go back and say these small disciplines appear insignificant in the moment, but create major results over time. That's waking up on time, following your schedule, honoring your commitments, exercising regularly, training consistently, control your emotions, finish what you start. These small disciplines appear insignificant in the moment, but create major results over time. The mountain wasn't created because somebody dropped a rock. Over time, it got bigger. It got bigger. Water went down a little further. It got bigger. More dust landed on it. And before you know it, you got something there that wasn't there. It was flat before. This happens over time. And so does what you're doing. You can't get it. It might work that first time, but it's not in there. You didn't put it in there. It's not what the standard is. You have to create that through discipline, consistency. That's where your standard comes from, your plan, your schedule, these things. All right, let's get to discipline and animal behavior. Every successful animal training program depends on consistency. Animals learn patterns. If your expectations change every day, learning slows down. So you start with expectations, what you want to get out of your dog, your cat. You take your time, you teach them. If it slows down and changes every day, then the learning slows down because you must be consistent with what you're doing. That's how it works. If consistency is gone, then, dealing with tiny brain things, even people. So you got to be consistent to relay the information you want to get across. It's just how this works, people. A disciplined handler creates a disciplined environment. Structure reduces stress and improves communication. So I control the environment all the time, like I'm doing right now. We're controlling the environment. One camera moves with me, one camera stays still. I get all the shots. You can see my co-host right here who's raising up. And that's how this works. It's a controlled environment. Yes, I leave all of the nature doing its thing because we need to hear the birds. They're stimulating. We need to, everything that's going on is stimulating. Some people get overstimulated with outdoors. I don't know why. This is the planet we live on, people. We got to be outdoors. Stop being in a box and thinking that that's the whole world. It's not. It's so much more going on here. I got a lot of words going on up here. All right. Yeah, we got lots going on. Even though I'm restricted because I stay disciplined and keep doing the show, they still got to deal with me. And that's what's going on here. Discipline in business. Businesses succeed when standards are maintained, procedures are followed, documentation is completed, accountability exists. You got to have all these things for a successful business. Without discipline, systems fail. With discipline, organizations become more effective, efficient, safer, and more predictable. That explains itself. Discipline is a large chunk of what you're doing here. And I keep saying it over and over. Like I said, this is how we win. Because without discipline, systems fail. With discipline, organizations become more efficient, safer, and more predictable. Y'all get it? That's what you got to get. What area of your life needs more discipline? That's one of the questions I got to ask you today. What area of your life, this is what you ask yourself, what area of my life needs more discipline? Once you figure that out, you can work with it. What promise have you made to yourself but failed to keep? Anybody? Did you promise yourself anything? Did you keep the promise to yourself? If you can't keep a promise to yourself, you definitely can't keep a promise to everybody else. And you definitely can't handle an animal if you can't keep a promise to yourself. Are you relying on motivation instead of discipline? Because you're motivated to do things. But discipline is consistency. Motivation, it fades. We already talked about that, everybody. Discipline is consistency. How would your animal describe your leadership today? Well, if that question was posed to me, My animal loves my discipline because she gets what she wants and what she needs when she needs and when she wants. Because I'm paying attention. And that gives us focus. When we're paying attention, we must pay attention to things that matter to us. All right. What discipline will create the greatest improvement in your life over the next year? Do y'all know that? What discipline will create the greatest improvement in your life over the next year? Ask yourself that question, write it down, and figure it out so you can look at it and you can start from today. You don't got to start January 1st for your next year. Forget about the dates on the calendar. You can go a year from today. That's when this starts. And then another year. That's when this starts. It starts today. It starts when you become aware that we can do better. And that's what I'm here to do. Empower you to do better. Raise your percentages of success. You done heard that before. You done seen this before. This is what we're working with. All right. So we're going to move on. If y'all got any comments, go ahead. Shoot them in the chat, in the comments, and I'm going to answer your questions. Easy as that. We got some key takeaways from today. Discipline starts with self-control. Y'all got that? Discipline starts when you learn how to control yourself, not nobody else, yourself. Consistency creates trust. If you're consistent, they understand what you're doing, your animals, they believe in what you're doing, and it creates trust. Discipline is teaching, not punishment. Discipline is teaching. What I'm doing here is teaching. I'm not punishing you for your mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes. Sometimes I miss, but I stay disciplined on this leash so I don't create danger. I use it at the appropriate times. So my animal is never in peril. Never been able to run to the street to get hit by a car. I grew up and all my father's dogs were hit by cars. Oh, once here, once there, once over here. Because he thought that he could control with his voice and not use equipment and not have any consistency or discipline. He was wrong. I was able to identify that in my grown age. Let's see. Small disciplines create major outcomes. Small, major. That's how this works. It's like that little mouse scaring the elephant. Small, major. You want small disciplines so you can create major outcomes. Leadership begins with personal responsibility. I know some people that are responsible about anything, and they have no leadership. Because how can you lead if you don't have any responsibility, personal responsibility? Animals thrive under predictable leadership. Get that? So when they know what's going on, they know that you're going to do it right, that's when your animals are at the best. When you're all over the place and you're inconsistent, so are they. Easy as that. Today's episode is presented by Master Christian LLC. Master Christian LLC provides consulting, education, and animal interaction safety solutions focused on improving outcomes for both people and animals. I'll give that to you again so you know. Master Christian LLC provides consulting, education, and animal interaction safety solutions focused on improving outcomes for both people and animals. Learn more at masterchristian.com. Discipline is not something you practice occasionally. It is something you practice daily. Every meaningful achievement requires discipline. Every strong relationship requires discipline. Every successful training program requires discipline. If you want different results, start with different disciplines. If you want different results, start with different disciplines. Stay calm, stay confident, stay consistent, and stay controlled. I am Master Christian. We're going to drop the deuces on that. Y'all have a great day.